This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Okay. Hey, here's Rowan Scion of War. I did just write, it's not on Card Kingdom yet, but soon an EDH Deck Tech article I wrote about Rowan will be up there. But not actually that good in Limited. Kind of an insane combo commander for reasons you'll see in that article. But obviously you're not pulling that kind of thing off in the format. So I do like Frolicking Familiar a whole lot. You do need to cast both sides for it to be at its best, but when you can, it can get you a 2-for-1. Edgewall In is good in every deck, more or less. I don't hate Frantic Firebolt, although it has been a little harder to get it to 3 damage, like in every deck, like in Red-White, for example. It's not actually that good, but in most of the red decks it is. I think we go with the Familiar in the end. It's kind of a gold card, but the fact that, like, only playing one side is passable is kind of... it makes it okay. I could almost see taking the in. I do like Splashy Spellcaster so far, too, but... a bunch of other solid commons in there. Okay, interesting. So... Archive Dragon is a pretty sweet, uncommon win condition. Knight of Doves is really good if you can build around it. It's generally meant for the black-white deck, which is like, all about getting enchantments into your graveyard. And if you can do that, it seems like a pretty good engine. Stopgap has been nice. Early in the format, 2 drafts in, this has felt like an overperformer. It's a little too early to say that about the Alchemist, firmly. I'm probably just going to take the Dragon. I mean, it's not amazing, but, it's a pretty good creature to have at the top of your curve in basically every blue deck. And we already have one good blue card, and, I think that's where I go. So Hatching Plans is interesting. It is a card I want to play with, because if you have enough Bargain, it seems really good, but not every deck has enough Bargain, and when you don't, it doesn't do anything. And even if you draw your cards in the wrong order, it doesn't do anything. Like, if you drew your 3 Bargain cards and then draw Hatching Plans, it's like the worst feeling in the world. Wow, there's a Gingerbread Hunter still here. I think that's what we take. We might be a blue-green deck that splashes black or something. But we might also just be a black-green deck, because Gingerbread Hunter is really good. I do like Back for Seconds, but I think the Hunter is really, really good. So it's another adventure creature that can get you a 2-for-1 with relative ease. Ground Seal, not really one of these Enchanting Tales you should be excited about. Yeah. Frantic Firebolt, if we're going to be blue-red, it's going to be pretty good in our deck. So it's probably what I'm going to take. I mean, I don't know we're going to be blue-red, especially because we took the Hunter, but this is really good if you are blue-red. Diminisher Witch is okay, but yeah. Ooh, Troyon. Well, there's a good reason to be blue-green, I guess. Okay. So, we took the Hunter. We have a couple good blue cards. It'd be nice to splash for adventures. That's not that hard to do, though, and Troyon is really, really good. The Werefox is nice, I think, and so is Root Rider Fawn, but Troyon's better than all of them, so pretty easy to pick the Signpost, I think. Right, I like Obira's Attendants. Happens to cost 5, which some of our cards care about, and it's just a good adventure creature in general. I do like Edgewall Pack, but really only in like red, white, or black, red. Not so much, obviously not in blue, green, but... so stick the Firebolt here for now. So we've got Werefox and Bitter Chill. Which do I like more? I mean, they're both pretty nice, but... probably Bitter Chill in the end. I guess cutting green might be worthwhile if we want to hold on to these things, though. And I do like the Werefox. Yeah, we'll take it. So here's Charade, which wouldn't be a bad splash. One of the nice things about it is you don't need to hit a critical mass of anything for it to be a good card. It's good all on its own. I do like Snare Master Sprite a reasonable amount, but I'm thinking about taking Charade just because the ceiling is so high. High ceiling. Okay, well, I think we're happy with Gatekeeper. I could consider this if I really want to go hard into ramp. Maybe this is just what I'm supposed to pick. It also fixes. And I don't hate the idea of picking up some fixing, because right now we have a couple off-color adventures and a charade in the mix of our blue-green deck. Maybe I should just want Return more than Gatekeeper. Yeah, I want to play with Return too, so... Okay. The Alchemist isn't going to be that good in our deck. I think Stopgap is probably going to make more sense. I kind of doubt we want to play Ice Out, but it is blue, so... Yeah, I do want like a more exciting ramp win condition than what I currently have. We'll take Sleight of Hand. It's not bad. Definitely better in a deck like blue-red, but, you know. Yeah, Quick Study's not terrible either, so... Wow, so there's a Bitter Blossom. And Kalon, both of which are quite good. Bitter Blossom's definitely better, like the best of those. We do already have fixing. We're already considering splashing black, so I may just take the Blossom. I mean, it probably means Charade's not going to work out, but Bitter Blossom is just better. So, you know, if he played on turn 2, it's unbeatable. We're probably not going to do that, but even playing it on, like, any turn, it's pretty unbeatable. So, I do like Welcome to Sweet Tooth. I wouldn't hate taking that. Or Root Rider Fawn, but Bitter Blossom's good enough. I think we just take it. And we probably say, yeah, we're not going to play Charade. We're going to try to splash black is what we're going to want to do. I do like Hamlet Glutton right now. I don't have the best bargain fodder in the world, but, you know, it's still something to ramp into. We do need some low curve stuff at some point. Not that this pack's really offering any of that to us in our main colors anyway. Yeah, the Gale Fang's pretty good. We do have several adventures. Maybe I should grab something for my lower curve before I grab... Nah. It is more likely to pick up more Hamlet Glutton-like things than it is the Gale Fang, I guess, so... Utopia Sprawl, yes please. So, in the set review, I was talking about my dream of turn 1 Utopia Sprawl, turn 2 Troyon here, and then, like, turn 3 Archive Dragon. So hopefully we can pull that off. So let's take the Sprawl very happily here. It also fixes our mana, so it's an awesome card for our deck. There's another Charade. I don't feel like my fixing's so good that I want to like jam 2 Charades into my deck. I think Bitter Blossom is still stronger. We do need lower curve things, and I think the Prankster's going to be all right in our deck. I mean, we could look at Balluna's Gatekeeper's Adventure Side as like our 2-drop, but I think grabbing a real 2-drop kind of makes some sense as well. So it will count Bitter Blossom as a fairy, so there's that. Bestial Bloodline's not good. I don't like Spell Stutter or another Sleight of Hand that much. I guess we'll grab Into the Fey Court. I could grab Gingerbrood, I guess. Not sure how likely it is to make the cut, but probably a little more likely than Into the Fey Court at this point. Don't really want to ley line. We don't really want to play Obira, although Obira plus Bitter Blossom is really good. If my mana was like amazing, I would definitely consider Obira, but I think we take a Gatekeeper now. Shrouded Shepherd is really, really good as well, but yeah. Up the Beanstalk. That is interesting, I think. I've been surprised how much buzz this has gotten in Constructed. It's amazing when you add ETB draw a card to this sort of effect, like how much better it is than normal. Because we see this card a lot, and it's usually just not very good. All right, random 2-drop. We could probably use it. It's not a very exciting one, but I could take Brave the Wilds. Maybe I want that a little more, actually, with what our deck's doing. I mean, it would make it easier to splash, like, 2 colors. Makes it easier to splash a Swamp, sure. Sure. Did I pass a Fawn? I probably should have taken a Fawn if I passed a Fawn. I'll take a Coral Smith here. More Utopia Sprawls would be cool. We get a free Witch Stalker. I mean, it's definitely not good, but our deck needs to do something early. Right now, it's not doing the best job of that, so I will take another Gatekeeper. I like having something that does something on turn 2, and then it's a huge monster late. We get into the Fake Court if we really want it. Grave Pact. Triple black isn't going to work for us. It is a pretty sweet card, I think. Another Brave, but right now our mana, I mean, we're going to run one Swamp, and that's it. And we don't desperately need like another Brave the Wilds to make that happen. So I may just take a Genealogist. Just a reasonable 3-drop. It's definitely not exciting. Yeah, Gingerbread is good with rolls. We're not really the best deck for doing that, but obviously that's sort of the plan. You put equipment on it in original Eldraine, and in this Eldraine, it's about them rolls. Yeah, we'll take Genealogist here. Okay, here's a Root Rider Fawn that I'm not going to pass, because apparently I passed one earlier. I do like Snare Master Sprite, but, you know. Another Up the Beanstalk. We don't have so many 5s that I'm like, yeah, let's grab a second one right now. I think I'd rather just have Misleading Motes, which is a decent removal spell. Yeah, I don't really want Compulsion. That's cool that right now Brave the Wild's win rate is so high. Obviously, we have like a very small sample size right now, so I don't look at 17 lands a whole lot until about a week into the format, but yeah. So, Crystal Grotto, we don't really need it. Threadbind Click's not a terrible plan. I mean, I'm not going to be able to play the other side, but maybe I should just have a Transmuter or Motes instead, huh? I mean, if I pick up more Fixing, I'm going to be pretty happy I have this, and if I don't, it's still kind of okay, so I think that makes it decent enough. Ooh, I do want a Troublemaker Oof, probably more than Snare Master Sprite. I mean, we're just not going to be like a tempo deck. That's like where this is going to be at its best, and having something that lets us destroy problem permanents that also happens to be a 2-drop is attractive, and I'm not huge on Stormcloud Prowler. I'm not sure how much I believe in Collector's Vault. I mean, going into the format, I don't feel good about it. If it ends up being slow enough, it will be good, but I think we take the Oof here. Okay, so here's another Obira's Attendants. I think that's probably what we want to grab. Skybeast Tracker's not terrible, but it's not great either. So there's another Oaf. I think I would rather have it over than Diminisher Witch. Ooh, okay. Now we're in business. All right, so we're going to take Thunderous Debut. We have the ramp to make it work. I kind of wish I had a little more, but we're still gonna try to make it work. So, unfortunately, this isn't ramp. It does make sure we hit a land drop for what it's worth. I think I'll go ahead and take it over like a 3rd Gatekeeper. We still get a Snare Master Sprite in the end. Yeah, we could use, you know, like another Troyon would be cool, but, you know, it's okay if that's not where we end up. We have 3 ramp things, I guess, right? Yeah, not too bad. It is nice that the Fawn gives us, like, sort of incidental fixing for, like, the red side of our, where did it go? Of our Familiar. Yeah, you're all pretty medium. I guess I'll go with Transmuter in the end. So yeah, we're going to play 1 Swamp for our Bitter Blossom. Well, I guess we'll take the Prowler. I think the splashy thing is probably better than should have been there, but I don't see it being that good in our deck. Now that I have that Thunderous Debut, I really wish I'd taken like a second Fawn that I apparently passed. So probably don't run Sleight of Hand in the end. We're not really a Gingerbrute deck either. Instant sorceries and fairies. How much do I need to actually be hitting those things for this to be worth it? I mean, we'll hit them pretty consistently, actually. So that's nice. Did we end up with enough 2-drops that aren't Territorial Witchstalker that I can cut it? Kind of hope so. Kind of hope so. I think Familiar stays in. Yeah, we do have some cuts to make. I don't think the Sprite's great in our deck, so it may get the Axe. Coral Smiths are nothing special. I think I'd rather have Witchstalker than Prowler, probably. I mean, we are going to grow the Prowler, don't get me wrong, but it's just so bad until you do. But maybe it is just better than Witchstalker in this deck. The only thing that's nice about the Witchstalker is how much better it trades with things. We're only going to run 1 Swamp, incidentally. I think 9 Forests, so our Braves and Utopia Sprawls are online. So yeah, we can actually cast the Threadbind Click. We can cast using Utopia Sprawl or our Fawn, so I think we leave it in and just don't add a Plains. I don't think we really need to do that. You know, if we can't cast it, we can't cast it, but... yeah, I mean, we have some cards that probably just aren't that good for our deck, like Redtooth Genealogist in the end. Because mostly what we're trying to do is get up here and do big, crazy things, and playing, like, sort of aggressive creatures seems kind of weird, like the Genealogist. Yeah, our curve definitely is better than it looks because of all the adventures, it should be noted, but our curve is still kind of high. Probably cut Transmuter. Yeah, we do. It is always harder in the early stages of the format where you're not exactly sure where you stand on cards. I'm sort of considering just cutting, like, Prowler and Witchstalker here. And just hoping we don't need 2-drops. Like, because, you know, if we're allowed to get to the stage of the game we want to get to, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. But I guess we probably need, like, cards early to not die or something. So let's cut a Coral Smith. Definitely want Return. Let's cut a Stopgap. We're going to have fewer fairies and instants and sorceries once we're done trimming, which might impact my decision about Picklock Prankster, who's definitely better in blue-black or blue-red than in this particular deck. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut the Witchstalker. We do have a lot of expensive cards, but almost all of them have adventures, so it's not as bad as it looks. Plus, it'll make Thunderous Debut spicier. One thing we're not that good at is bargain, awkwardly enough, but, you know, we have enough enchantments, I think. Do we? Do we actually... Are we so bad at this that we don't want it? I need to actually check that, because if you can't bargain this, it's pretty bad. So, Utopia Sprawl, definitely fodder. So is Up the Beanstalk when you're casting something like that. Even Bitter Blossom might be fodder, so we do have those going on. We can make a token with this, so that's bargain fodder. But I would say, overall, we are kind of bad at bargaining. Uh-oh. Yeah, right. Tokens would be the better thing, obviously. Let's think about this. Do I have a way to make my... Okay, so we probably want this a little more now that I'm thinking about bargain. Probably, maybe we want the Genealogist and the Transmuter in this deck. Because we definitely need a little more bargain, and those will help. And then I think... we're probably just going to cut some, like, random cards that, you know, don't... Like, most of our cards we want to get some sort of serious value out of because of adventures or casting them late or whatever, and we don't have that going on with all of them. Could cut a Gatekeeper, I guess. I mean, we're not... Yeah, I think we probably cut a Gatekeeper. Our other 6s are better. We do have the turn 1 Utopia Sprawl, turn 2 Troyan, and then 6-drop possibility, which is nice. Yeah, maybe I just cut the stopgap, too. We just don't have that much removal is the thing that I don't love about doing that. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut a Prowler. You know, I never ended up getting one of those big ol' gain life monsters. That would have probably been good news for our deck. Yeah, I think we'll cut stopgap, hold on to the moats. I think Gale Fang seems fine. If I go down to 1 oof, how many 1-drops and 2-drops does that give us? Not that many. But again, adventures make it a little better than it looks. I think I go down 1 oof, and especially because we're not that good at bargain. And okay, I think this is our deck. See if we get run over by people. It could happen, that's for sure. As long as we get to cast a turn 3 6-drop at some point, or cast Thunderous Debut, I'll be happy. So that's all I'm asking. Okay. No green mana to speak of. Probably have to mulligan. We don't have anything that will do anything early, so... Alright, this is much better. I mean, we still have a super early play. I mean, we can sort of fog a creature at least. But, yeah. I think I'm going to put the Werefox back. I mean, I'd like to hold on to... Yeah. Well, there's our debut. No Troyan in our hand, unfortunately. Okay. Well, I think we go ahead and fire this off. We want to hit land drops. I could have fogged something potentially, and we do hit a land drop, which is good. I could have fogged this, but that doesn't seem that good. Okay, so we'll play our Gale Fang. Probably just run out this as a 3/4 flyer next turn, so we draw a card off of it. So they're red-black aggro, which is probably not an amazing matchup for us, especially in a world where I don't have... So, do you think they have the 1 red mana trick or the 1 red mana deal 1? I mean, I'm kind of okay with trading on board. Yeah. So they must have... Yeah, they have rat out. That's fine. I mean, it's not amazing. Well, luckily, I can bounce it next turn. Removal is very bad for us here. Oh god, yeah, we're just getting it handed to us here. The Gatekeeper is gonna help, but I don't know if it'll help enough because I can't play enough other stuff, right? So. I mean, I guess fogging something will buy us 1 more turn. I guess that's what we're reduced to here. Right? Because I'll take 3, 4, 5, yeah. So we'll have to fog something and hope we live, but... Getting run over by aggro is... not so good. So, like, you know, if we were given any amount of time in this game, we would have been in really good shape, but obviously we weren't, so. Because, you know, we're turning everything we play into card draw and stuff, but yeah. We were not given any time. Were both decks... What were the decks? No, I played a red-white aggro deck at the early access, and that one did really well. I also played the blue-red spell deck, but it was still kind of... It wasn't aggressive, I wouldn't say, but it was still kind of... it was more assertive than this deck is, I guess I would say. Okay, so nice that we have Brave in our hand because it means we'll get our blue mana. But we do have adventures we can play early, but that's all. Okay, should I just grab my swamp? Probably. I guess I should have played the swamp after I grabbed it. It would be sad if this was an aggro format. There should be aggro decks. You know, good formats have those. Yeah, that's annoying. Because it has haste, mostly. Trying to decide if I'd rather play Root Rider Fawn or just bounce this so they at least have to play it again and it slows things down for them. I don't love the idea. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll go ahead and bounce. Yeah, I think for this deck, you know, to be able to stabilize against the more aggressive ones, what you need is the Hamlet Glutton or whatever it's called. Hey, look at that. We got haste. Wonder if it's worth blocking the Scavenger here. Probably not. I mean, it would make them pay a mana and give up a food, I guess. Ooh, hello. I think we attack here. We have, you know, a trick, basically, which, you know, if they try to double block, we can just sort of blow up. So, blow up their block. If they kill our Gale Thing, then, you know. I'm gonna love it if they sack their food here. Okay, interesting. So, yeah, let's play our Bitter Blossom. And our Root Rider Fawn. They may kill our Gale Thing now, I suppose, but that's not a huge issue. It does kind of stink when they do it with Flick a Coin, though. have a bunch of mana now. But we start getting a 1/1 every turn now. What are they planning? It'd be sad if they destroy our Bitter Blossom, wouldn't it? Kind of looks like they might. There are ways to do it in green that are like very main deckable. So like that uncommon adventure creature who's also like a huge monster late. They could just, well, or that does it too. Okay. Fine. Ruin our fun. Yeah, green is not, you know, you can't feel that confident when you're playing against green that your enchantments are going to stick around. That's for sure. I guess we're just going to take one. Let's just play a huge creature. I need an up the beanstalk or something here. We are 1 mana away from Thunderous whatever, but we don't have bargain fodder right now, so that's kind of a problem. Yeah, that's a card we could have used. Yeah, we swing with our Gatekeeper here for sure. If they try to block, we use this. And then if they don't, we play Archive Dragon, probably. Yeah, that's the plan. This isn't terrible to bounce right now because they don't have, you know, necessarily have the mana to play it again with, you know, they don't have anything left to bargain. But yeah, we'll play Archive Dragon here. I don't really want either of these. I mean, I guess they're better than lands. Yeah, I guess they're better than lands. Especially this, because I get a body. Seems less useful. Yeah, we passed one of these early, and I was like, I'll see something. I'll see one later. I don't remember what I took. But, nice. So, they're going to kill my Archive Dragon. So there is a trick in this format that can give hexproof, so I'm probably just supposed to bounce Hamlet Glutton here. Would I rather have a 1/1 or a food? So yeah, let's do... Maybe it's worth just dealing with their trick, because doing it at their upkeep is just so much more powerful. Yeah. And then we'll cast Return from the Wilds here. I think we'll get a 1/1. We could get a 1/1 and a food. Maybe that's just better than getting a land right now. It probably is. And we will end our turn. Eh. So if I let them go to combat here, this is going to be a 3/4. I mean, I may as well just bounce it now. If they have that freaking hexproof trick, it's going to be very painful. Because I could have done it on my turn, but then they would have drawn it if they wanted to. And I decided putting it on top now is probably better than letting them draw it again. But maybe when they were tapped out, I should have just gone for it. It does look like we got rid of it. Yeah, that's kind of scary when it can be played as a combat trick. Luckily, they didn't get a chance to. Okay, well, we shall go to combat. So a trick here is something we can deal with Obira's Attendants. So +2. Yeah, so we can do this, which is going to be pretty backbreaking. Should I just... I kind of feel like I'm just supposed to play this as a 4/3 trampler in this situation. Yep. Keep the pressure on them. We know they can't cast this turn. I mean, I guess they could create a token for 1 mana or something, but that seems pretty unlikely overall. Well, that card's really good. It's less good when you're a little behind, but they're still in a pretty good spot because they can start sacking these to draw. So... how much do I just want to attack with everything here is the question. The other bad news is they're going to cast this turn, gain back a bunch of life. Yeah, I think we just attack with these two. Now, having the monster roll there would have felt pretty good, right? But then I also wouldn't have attacked with a 4/3, so... So here comes Hamlet Glutton again. Takes him up to 12. But I do have a flyer, so at least there's that. Do I want to sack this food? I have a token if we draw. I kind of think I do. Like, this is enough of a race at this point that... Okay, so I can kill a rat token and play Frolicking Familiar. That's not too bad. Let's attack with both of these. Now they don't have something to sacrifice. Well, I guess they can sacrifice Ruby. But if they do that, I'm pretty okay with it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, if we draw Thunderous Awakening, we get to cast it right away with Bargain. It always feels good. I say that like I've done it before. Sky Beast Tracker, that's a problem. They have to play it now if they want to play it, but I'm sure they will. It stops our flyers, more or less. Yeah, now they can just play both of these if they want to. Yeah, that might allow them to stabilize. Which is a bummer. Okay. So if I get something to tap, we'll be in business. I don't think... I don't think I'm just supposed to play it out, although they have one thing that can block flyers, and I would have 3 flyers, so there's something to be said about that. So we definitely attack with Werefox. Oh, no, we don't. I screwed that up. I was thinking that Gutter Dweller was still a 4/4. Hopefully they think I'm bluffing, or not bluffing, or something. No, I'll take that block, because that'll drop them to 7. Luckily, they didn't think I was being stupid. So, yeah. They need a couple things next turn to not just be dead. So I think I probably do just play another flyer here. Especially because right now their creatures don't look like they're getting tapped anytime soon. So if they play something big here and can sack the food, that would be bad, I guess. Our deck has a lot of flyers in it, huh? Did we just draw them all this game? I think maybe we did. Land is not great. If I swing with everything here, they can block 1 flyer, so they'll block a big one theoretically. I mean, we don't quite get through for lethal. And that's assuming they don't have anything in their hand. I still don't get through for lethal. Because block a 1 power thing, block a 3 power thing, and take 6. So, unfortunately, we do not get to attack. Kind of wild, we've only seen 1 island this whole game. If they cast something big now, there's a good chance they stabilize because they'll get a food token and whatever big thing they play, so... Guess it looks like they're bricking on their draws, too. Should I attack with my 2 bigger flyers and just hope they don't have anything? I think I will. Last turn I was skeptical about it, but after they passed so quickly that time, I was like, they don't have anything, just like we don't have anything. So now we can win if we swing. And they brick again, anyway. Okay, well that's not exactly a problem for us right now. Does go well with their Gutter Dweller, I suppose. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely taking 1. There is a double strike trick in this format, so if they attacked me with Red Cap Gutter Dweller, that would be a little suspicious. Am I supposed to just, like, throw my Fawn and token in front of that thing? Okay. Well, now I don't even have to think about that. So we'll just take 1. All right, we got there. This was kind of a slow game for both of us, and the last few turns weren't very interesting, but we won, so that's what matters, I guess. Ooh, so we can get a turn 2 Bitter Blossom here. How about that? Let's hope our opponent's not playing green again. Dang. First card they play, Forest. We're still going to go for it. We're going to get it down early enough that we may just get... a couple fairies before they can blow it up anyway, because you know that oof needs some friends around to blow it up. Turn 2 Bitter Blossom. Let's do it. Yeah, attack for 4. 5, actually. That does hurt. That does hurt. Not gonna lie. And we still have the... Oh, no, actually I do have a play here. Makes me feel a little better. So we can play this now and attack for 3. Wondering whether I'm supposed to double block. I can't imagine that's the right thing to do, though. I mean, we are lowish on life, and, you know, this puts an expiration date on us, but I think we still take the 3. Yeah, that adventure would be sad, that's for sure. What to do, what to do. The options are many. Kind of thinking about just playing out a 4-3 here. Seems pretty good right now, I guess. I could also just leave up mana for misleading motes, though, and if I bounce, well, I don't want to give them the trick again, is our problem there. But yeah, just go ahead and attack them for 1. Play a 4/3. They have done enough damage to us that Bitter Blossom does feel very beatable right now, that's for sure. We have a couple ways to make food. It's probably time to just start blocking with tokens, like the 1/1 tokens, that is. I wonder if just leaving up moats was better. Well, I wouldn't have like any good blocks if that's what I did, is the thing. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think we trade. Offer a trade anyway. Okay. Don't have anything to destroy with our oof yet. Although a 2/2 is just like pretty good on this board. And I can still leave up misleading. No, I can't. Math. Don't love our spot, you know, all things considered. When you got Bitter Blossom in play, I don't love feeling how I do right now. I like it even less now. Well... we're gonna block this and take 4, I think. Yeah. Part of our problem is just our mana efficiency is so bad. Like, we have all these turns where it's very hard for us to cast enough things. Yeah, bargaining Bitter Blossom would have been good, and we had a target for it now, so yeah, that might have been nice. But we're also in kind of okay shape still, maybe. Yeah, so let's play Archive Dragon here. Yeah, holding on to that to bargain might have been interesting, and then I would have played just like a Threadbind click last turn or something instead, I guess. But yeah. Kind of think I'm just going to bottom both of these. Because I need to find food, basically, at this point. That's basically our out at this point, is food. We also have our big bargain sorcery, but we can't actually cast it yet, so... Okay. I guess Grand Ball Guest is worth a bounce. Could just play a 6/5 too, I guess, huh? I think bouncing probably makes the most sense. Trying to chip in. Oh, gosh. Well, actually, I could have used Misleading Motes to get some value there, but I definitely shouldn't have attacked. Luckily, once again, my opponent didn't think I was stupid, which, you know, that's usually a good idea. Yeah, okay. So we will bounce the thing that doesn't give you any value after we bounce it. And do we want to leave up moats or play a 4/4, a 3/3 flyer? I think playing a 3/3 flyer actually makes more sense. We might just be able to swing for lethal in the air in a few turns before Bitter Blossom kills us, because we can bounce the giant and then swing for 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're 1 damage short right now. So it is a real possibility. We just have to not die in the meantime. That part is key. Not dying. Misleading Motes only works on creatures, so that doesn't work. That'd be nice if it did, but... So, they killed our 3/3 flyer. We can swing for 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 here. 'Tis not quite enough. So... I need to get in for a hit here, basically, to have a chance. The problem is, if I do... Yeah, get the reach creature out of the way. Yeah, so let's attack with... Then I have such bad blocks. I think we're kind of out of luck here. I guess attacking with Familiar and hoping it gets through is our better option. I would love if they take it and I can just cast Misleading... Nah. So they take 2, they go to 13. Because if I attack with the dragon only, they can attack with like everything without fear of anything happening to them. See what they do here. I think this gave us our best chance. Okay, I like that they felt the need to do that. What's your last card? Don't be good. Don't be a good card. Just be a land or something. Come on. I have to hold on to 13 damage to win, so... I mean, they could attack pretty effectively here and force me to block and keep me from being able to win on the backswing and then die to my Bitter Blossom, assuming you don't draw food or a bargain sorcery or whatever. But I don't know. They might also just be hoping they can wait out the clock. which that's the conservative play, but well, do you think they can burn us for 1 at instant speed? Wouldn't that be funny? Okay, so we should just be able to win here. I guess we'll find out. Let's cast up the Beanstalk first, just in case. All right, so let's try and Misleading Motes their Reach creature. Does it work? Wait, do we actually not have lethal? 5, 8, 12. We actually don't have lethal. Oh, so we're going to die to our Bitter Blossom. I was thinking we had it, but I guess I must have been counting the click at some point. Yeah, so we're going to die to Bitter Blossom. Might as well attack with everything. Hamlet Glutton is pretty sweet. Yeah, we were 1 damage shy. Too bad we didn't draw something with Up the Beanstalk then, because that would have been nice. It stinks to lose when you play a turn 2 Bitter Blossom, but we also wouldn't have been in that game like at all if it weren't for our turn 2 Bitter Blossom. You know, even though it's easy to be like, yeah, well, it killed us, and it did, but all those free bodies was like the only reason we were in that game. Okay, we got all the ramp. None of the stuff to ramp into. Do I want to lead with a Root Rider Fawn or a Picklock Prankster? I think a Fawn, it just gives us more possibilities next turn than the Prankster does. I don't imagine I'm supposed to block here. We have seen neither, we've seen neither Troyon or Utopia Sprawl, so we definitely haven't pulled off the combo with them either. I think we're just going to go ahead and ramp our mana here. Grab a Swamp. And make a 1/1. Definitely block with this token if they attack. Luckily they had nothing to get back. That always feels good. So let's Beanstalk here. And I think I might just cast Picklock Prankster. I mean, I could leave this up, but just casting it as a 3/4 flyer that cantrips next turn seems better than anything else. So we're just going to go ahead and cast this. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and cast this as a 3/4 flyer that draws us a card, which feels pretty dang good. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to do it again. As I say, they do still have a free attack. Alright, I'm going to do this. We're going to attack. We've gotten Beanstalk online a couple times. Hasn't quite led us to victory, though. Alright, so here's where we get like a free creature out of the effect, which I think is probably better than having a royal roll. Although, I mean, if they decide to double block this, it's probably not better. I could give up Beanstalk. It's not the worst plan. Yeah, we'll attack with both of these. I could attack with all three, I guess, huh? 2, 4, 6. I mean, if they draw red mana, lethal is not that hard for them to find. I think we'll just attack with these two. Alright, so they kill that. Then what happens? They kill that also. So if I want to Brave and get a body, I have to give up the Beanstalk. How many 5 mana or more cards are left in our deck? Probably enough that I don't really want to do that. So this could become a 3/3 right now if they just exile my creature. It's worth noting. So maybe I do want to do it. Yeah. They wanted that card on top. Yeah, that's not great. I guess I have a good double block still. Thunderous Awakening without Bargain would be kind of sad. Only bounces cheap creatures, does not bounce other things, so just going to play that out as a big ol' 6/5. It would have drawn us a card, but, you know. My 6/5's not too bad right now. Overall, I'd say this deck doesn't feel great. We didn't really ever have, like, a nut draw, which is sad. But we probably just needed to run a bunch of... It feels like we needed more 2-drops and stuff like that than anything. Yeah, so they can buff one of these and hit me kind of hard here. Yeah. I think our only chance is to smash in for 6 here. Hope they don't have anything, and hope we draw something good on our next turn, pretty much. Yeah. So they can buff this to 5 now. I think our deck wasn't good, and variants didn't really go our way, but, you know. I'm sure they have a trick. Yeah. Man, it's sad to to draft that Thunderous Awakening and never get to cast it, and never get Utopia Sprawl, Troyon online. I mean, these things happen, but it is sad that I was like, if I just get to do one of those, I'll be happy. And I didn't get to do any of them. And we had plenty of time in a couple games.